So if we make this and then we wax him, and then if we just watch and observe, he should take the blaze powder, put it in the chest, and then he's gonna walk on back, and he's gonna do this forever. Hello everyone, welcome back to our survival world. So if you remember, in the last episode, we built this massive wizard tower, right? Goes up super high, and it looks pretty fantastic, but it has no interior. So that's what we're gonna work on today. I've designed up something. We have a couple supplies over here. We got a lot of supplies actually. It's a lot of like random stuff, just a few items. But there's one big thing we're missing. Actually two things, but one big thing. And that involves something with the bee farm. So we're gonna head over there and we're gonna change some stuff up there. Also, you may have noticed, we can now see the mob farm from here. Why is that? Well, that is because I have installed the Voxy mod. Now we can see super far. We can see all the way there to our industrial district and all that area. We can see all the way over there, right? And it doesn't look as crazy right now just because we haven't explored that much. Also, I installed an entity culling mod. I don't remember what it is, but you guys remember I was talking about the villagers before when I was like, look over here, my frames would drop like crazy? Yeah, that's fixed now, which is great. But alright, with that out of the way, did I make any other changes? Oh yes, we do have one more change. Something I worked on in between episodes. All our iron is now in here. So we were using so much of it, I was tired of going over to the iron farm. So we just filled it up here, and now that's going to fill up again over there, and it's going to be all fantastic. But yes, those are all the changes. So what I decided would be a great idea is to use candles in our wizard tower build. Unfortunately, we need over 100 candles. And to make candles, you need honeycombs. So what we're going to do is, instead of having all of these produce honey blocks, we're going to have half of them do honeycombs and then the other half do honey blocks, because we don't need a lot of either. Now we just need to figure out the center of this, which is, I think there's 20 of them. There's 21.
21?
Why do I have 21? Why is this uneven? Okay, well, we're going to have 10 set up for honeycombs. We're using this dropper as our temporary chest, guys. I'm trying to take out all the bottles here, and I just didn't have enough space. So this one should be our first one, and the rest of these should be honeycombs. And it's looking like we're gonna have way more than we actually need. All right, well, we now have more bottles than we know what to do with. These entire chest, well, this entire chest, and then a couple in here is all filled. I just put in the honey block chest. It's fine. But now what we're gonna do, actually, you know, it's becoming nighttime, so let's wait until it's nighttime, and then we'll take care of the hoppers underneath. So that way these guys don't like mess up or anything. Okay, so all the bees are inside for the night. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna come underneath here. Then we're gonna take out 10 of these hoppers, and then I guess we're gonna have to break this farm just a little bit for now, so we can get in and out of here. But this is gonna go right here, right? And then if we go down over here, then if we take these 10 hoppers and just change them the opposite direction, come back in here, place this down, place our flour, place the glass. Okay, this is all ready to go now. And then underneath here, of course, we're gonna have the soul sand, and then our, what are they? What are these things? Observers are gonna go under here. But now we need to, you know what, let's use this as our storage again, because we're gonna need a lot of shears. Yeah, this is gonna be a little bit of a pain because I don't have enough inventory space. Let's see, yeah, I don't even have enough space in here. Chicken. Okay guys, so we got all of the shears in here. So now, in case you didn't know, right, the way you farm honeycomb is you just need to shear a beehive rather than have like the bottle click on it, right, to get the honey bottles. You just use shears, and then it'll give you the honeycombs, and then you can use it to wax copper blocks and things like that so it doesn't oxidize. You can use it for candles, you can use it for the artificial beehives. Now, of course, we need the finishing touches down here. We need our, not dispensers, what are they called? What are these things? Observers. Also, wait, hold on, our inventory is way too full. Let's make these back in iron blocks. Yes, we need the observers. So one is like that, and then if we mine this out and put this, there we go. Oh, I forgot there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. Well, that's that problem solved. We don't need any of these grass blocks anymore, or these dirt blocks. And now we just need, yeah, now we just need to connect up the tunnel there. And this shouldn't be very hard because, you know, it's right there. Okay guys, so as you can see, there is another tube back there. I went ahead and just finished this already, just put this tube up, right? Same thing as always. And you can see we're getting the honeycombs. And, you know, it's not completely lossless. Same with the honey bottles, right? Some are going to be lost. We could always change this to have a minecart going underneath here or something. Also, one thing I realized is I don't know why I made this out of cobblestone. Everything else is stone brick or you know, quartz like in the middle. So we might change that. But if we look over here, you can see we're already getting some honeycombs in here. So now we just gotta wait and get a bunch of them because we're gonna need a lot. But that can wait because we have another thing that we have to get, and that involves some turtles. Now, luckily, we have 3 turtle eggs in here, and if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember if these things need a beach biome or if you just need sand. Let me check real quick. All right, so we only need sand. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna make a little area for them to hatch here at our base because, well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Well, actually it kind of does. Yeah, because the turtles, if we want to get more, the turtles will look for like their home area. And I think they should lay eggs, I guess, like where they grew up initially. So if we just make like a little piece of sand here for now, they should be good. And this is not going to be permanent. Oh, hey, there's a bat down here. I forgot about this like big gaping hole down here. Okay, hold on. Where do we have space? Definitely not in here. All right, I guess we're just gonna do it up here. In other news, guys, big life update. I'm in the purchase of buying a house. Yeah, woo! I have not recorded for well over a week. This is my first time being able to sit down and actually record something because I have been so incredibly busy. The amount of stuff you need to take care of, you need to do just to buy a house is absolutely insane. I can't even begin to put it into words how crazy of a process it is. But yes, I have not had much time at all to record. Where am I going? I need glass. And I finally have gotten most of the stuff that I'm gonna need taken care of. So this is why I'm finally able to record something. But yes, that's my big life update, guys, in the past like 2 weeks. It's pretty cool. Pretty fantastic. One thing that is quite unfortunate, the entire house is gonna need a brand new roof. That is something that I was not expecting, but that's okay. We'll just have to get a new roof. But all right, so here's our not chicken eggs. Why was I about to say chicken eggs? Our turtle eggs. Now, why are they in this glass box? Well, because if you don't know, mobs will actually trample these guys if they get close to them, like zombies. And I think skeletons, yeah, they try to like destroy the eggs. We don't want that. We want the eggs to hatch, and then we're gonna want the little guys to grow up and actually give us the scoots. So if you don't know what those are, that's how you make the turtle helmet. Yes, we want turtle scoots. I think one thing we might do also is put a minecart underneath, so that way we don't, like, if we don't miss out on them or anything. Also, the reason why I'm not sleeping through the night is turtle eggs actually hatch faster at night. If you didn't know, did you guys see that? How did that? I'm gonna have to like play that back in the recording. How did that arrow like deflect like that? That was really weird. But yeah, anyways, turtle eggs actually hatch faster at night, especially like the end of night. So we're just gonna let these guys chill here, grow, and then we'll get cracking on the inside of this. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. I think you guys are gonna like it. All right, guys. So we've been AFK for a while, and okay, well, this is who are they shooting? Oh, they're shooting the. I guess they hit the llama. Oh, they're attacking the llama. Okay. Yeah, this is not what I was expecting to see when I walked out here. Let's just step back and watch and see what happens. I have a feeling the pillagers may just win here. Bro, can you help out your boys? You're just running around and all right. These guys need to go. Oh, they took out one of them. R.I.P. the llama. Okay, yeah. Anyways, like I was saying, we've been AFK for a while. We have bred up some turtles. We have a whole bunch of them in here now, and I think I thought there was more. Maybe not. But anyways, we have 10 turtle scoots now. So I have too much junk in my inventory. Yeah, okay. So what we're gonna do with these now, oh, hey, we got an advancement for that. So now what we need is, with our turtle scoots, we are gonna make 2 turtle helmets, and I can only make 1 because my inventory is full again. All right, there we go. 2 turtle helmets. So this is going to be part of our, what is it? Oh, that looks weird. Yeah, this is going to be part of our wizard tower. So we needed 2 of these. And yeah, they provide water breathing, in case you didn't know, for 10 seconds. And then I think it runs out. And I can't remember what else these things do. But so that's that little saga finished. Then the other thing is here in the industrial district, we've been farming a little bit. We have 2 stacks of honeycombs now. So we're going to use about all of the ones that we farmed. And we're going to make some candles. So what we need is some string. And then if we come over here to our crafting table and we just make a bunch of candles. So now we got everything we need for the rest of our tower, and there's more pillagers. There's some over there. There's some right there. Why are these guys everywhere? I don't appreciate these guys being here. Also, there's all kinds of weird mobs just like in our portal now. We have this zombie here that's currently trying to attack me. We have a skeleton, some pigmen all over the place, and then we have 2 wandering traders that are just running away. I don't know where they're going, but they don't want to come over here. Anyways, let's go head over back to our wizard tower and let's build up the inside. All right, guys, so of course, you know, to get up to the top of the tower, you need something to walk up or climb up the top. So that's what we're going to do first. We're going to build up this little staircase that I designed up and give this a floor. So this is not like this anymore. And then we'll move on to some of the cooler stuff that I designed. Let's do a quick time lapse and get the staircase built up for this thing. Alright, hombres, and we now have a staircase up to the tower. And of course, you know, we didn't make it just like a normal staircase. We have this like support beam going all the way up to the top of the roof, and then it supports kind of here in the middle of each step. And then of course we have the vines and the leaves and the glow berries, right? And then we have these as like, you know, there's magic going on in here. So some of the glowberry bushes have been transformed into these red ones, and then we kept the same blue theme with the lanterns, the same like rocky pattern, right? Nothing broken, right? I didn't add any like broken pieces in here because I didn't want to have that look, but we do have, you know, the overgrown kind of look that we have going on with everything else. I'm not even using the staircase, I'm just jumping down the middle. Okay, and now that these are in here, so this area, it's a pretty big, open, empty area, right? For no reason. Well, it's not for no reason. We're gonna have some decoration stuff in here. It's gonna be like storage at the bottom of our tower, and then the main area will be, of course, up top. We're gonna put some like random magic looking blocks down here and just fill this space up. So here is about everything that I want to put down here, right? So now of course we have the typical like enchantment table, cauldron, right? Those are, you know, magic blocks, things that you think of magical. But one thing that, you know, I wanted to kind of emphasize here were these guys, the copper golems, because when you think about it, these guys are kind of like magical themselves, right? They're just a little robot that walks around here. So we want to add some down here that are kind of like, I guess, what's the word? They're like, I don't know what word I'm trying to think here. And so let's put a little shelf here, and then we'll plop one guy right there and make him sitting on the trapdoor. Look at that. Look how fancy that guy looks. And then of course for the rest of this stuff, we're just gonna put random things in here. So like we'll have a barrel and then a chest and random like storage blocks, right? So we'll put some barrels here, and then we'll have a cauldron. And then I think I had, where are these? Yes, we want to add some water to this cauldron, but we don't want it filled all the way up. So we have it at like two water bottles high. And then we got the skulk sensors. These things look pretty magical as well. It's pretty like fancy looking block. So we got those in here too. Now I'm gonna go ahead and fill in the rest of this, kind of give you an idea of the things we're gonna be putting down here. I really just wanted to highlight these guys because these guys are pretty cool. And actually, we have something cool to add at the top with these guys. But okay, let's finish this downstairs little bottom area real quick. And here it is, guys. You know, not too much. Like I said, just like a random assortment of, you know, magical looking like different blocks. Of course there's storage, and then there's things like the gems. What are these? Amethyst, brewing stands, you know, respawn anchors, and a couple other enchantment table. But I did forget the armor stands. So that is one thing that I forgot to make, because down here we want to put one of our turtle shells as just like, you know, in the storage. It's just down here. We didn't know what else to do with it, so we threw it down here. But yeah, that's just to fill out this little area. And I think I had a shelf right here. Hold on. Yes, I did. I have one more shelf right here that I forgot to add, and that does not look good. We want the, oops, not on that block either. This one there, and then we'll put this one like that, so the chains are facing that way. And then this one we'll put like that. Then we can put our, what is this? Our chain right there. And we also had one of these guys on, no, not there. Okay, there we go, it didn't break. Right there. And then on this, I actually wanted to place 2 skulls down here. And initially I had wither skeleton skulls, But then I remembered we have all these different mob heads over here from, you know, all these different mobs that we've gotten. I think it might be better to put one of these in here and actually use some of these for decoration. And let's see, what are we thinking? I'm thinking maybe, you know, the warden could be cool, or some of these wither ones. A breeze could also look good. No, I think that's too light. I'm thinking, yeah, no, that one's too basic. We could put a drowned head. You know what? I think we're gonna do a phantom, and we're gonna do this wither projectile, or this blue wither projectile. Which one do you think, guys? We'll use the blue wither projectile, and then there's another one that I want to put. We'll use this warden head because this one looks really cool. But we'll go with these two for now. I think these look like magical enough, or, oh, we're going the wrong way. And then we can always change them. You know, we have so many of them in there. And if you guys have any other ideas for better ones, of course, you know, leave them in the comments. But we'll put the phantom head up, if I can reach it, right there. Oh, that looks kind of weird up there. And then we'll put this guy, maybe that's why he's in storage. You know, maybe that's why we have him down here. That one looks good. This one, on the other hand, I don't know about this one. This one looks kind of like a fish. Like a weird fish. Why does it look like, it almost looks like it's backwards. Yeah, I don't know. I think we might change that one. That one looks weird. But okay, so now we got to move all this stuff upstairs because we got a whole upstairs to do. Also, guys, I changed the phantom head. We put the drowned head. It looks way better. It just fits the theme so much better. All right, guys. So we're up here in the top of the tower, and you may notice some blocks are missing. Now, we keep yapping about all this magic going on in here. We're gonna have a little movement, and we're gonna actually have some magic. Kind of. We're just using the game mechanics, guys. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna have two droppers here just like this, and then connected to these is gonna be a hopper line that comes across here. And then on this block, we're gonna have two hoppers that go into each other just like this. Then from these blocks, we're going to have this comparator like this, and this comparator like this, and then we're going to have two stone like this, and then we're going to have a redstone torch here. We're going to have a second one here, then we're going to have two blocks over the top of this, and then, that's right, a block goes here, and then torches on each of the sides of this. And I think that's everything. And then we're going to have a copper chest here, and then we're going to have a regular chest right here. And now what this whole scheme process is going to do is we're going to have a copper golem in here, like walking around sorting things for us. Well, not really sorting things, just like in here kind of hanging out, right? So he's going to pull stuff from this copper chest and it's going to bring it into here. And then this whole system is just going to send it all back up into here, and he's just going to keep working back and forth, back and forth. So if we take this blaze powder, because that's what we're going to have him send in, and we look over here, it should, what am I missing? Oh, that's right. A block needs to go in here. And then, yes, it starts to fill up. Perfect. So once we have our little guy in here, he's going to start sorting this stuff back and forth, back and forth. And he's going to be walking around here. We're going to have a little bit of life here in our wizard tower. So let's get this floor down, and then we'll add in our little copper golem. So we have a solid floor now. We can actually walk around up here. So now we're going to go ahead and put our copper golem down, and we have to be quick about this because if we're not, he's gonna oxidize, and we want him this specific color. And that's why we have this honeycomb. So if we make this and then we wax him, okay, and he shouldn't ever freeze. And then if we just watch and observe, he should take the, what is that? Blaze powder, put it in the chest, and then he's gonna walk on back, and he's gonna do this forever. So now we have a little bit of motion up here, a little bit of motion in the ocean. Anyways, yeah, we got a little guy here up in our wizard tower helping us out. So now we just need to decorate this. Also, the floor, I went for, you know, an alternating dark oak, what is this, wood pattern? I like this pattern. You know, I like floors that look like this. So I think it's pretty fitting. You know, it fits with the outside as well, with the dark oak trim around and up and down and things like that. And then once we build this up, you'll see it fits more. So let's go ahead and finish up the inside in here. Alright guys, and here it is, our wizard tower interior completed. We got our, it's a lot of just like random kind of wizard stuff, right? It's no really rhyme or reason. We have our library over here, with our enchantment table. This doesn't give any levels, guys. It's not functional at all. But then we have the sculpt coming out of it, like little magical essence and decoration here around our library, and then random like plants and things like the copper golem and a wither skull and heavy core. That's right, guys. Heavy core for decoration, because we got it like that. Then if we move over here, we got our wizard desk where we contemplate wizardy things and be a wizard. And our view, we see this. So not the best view, but that's okay. We sit back here and we see the horizon in our fantastic window. Our little dried gas that we're doing experiments on, and this is going to be a map actually, guys. I forgot the map, but that's going to go here. And then, storage hanging up there, and our potion brewing area. It's real small potion brewing area, not very functional. And then we can look out and see the, the village and our happy guest. Hello? I guess he's gone. And then our storage area. And yeah, we have our water source down here because this is not a good water source. And then of course our little helper out here with, sorting nothing. Honestly, he's just kind of walking around. The warden head I was talking about. And then if we go up here, boom, 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 our little sleeping area, just a little loft right over the entire thing. Now you may be asking, why do we need all these candles? Well, that's the last part, guys. You're about to see what we're gonna do with all these candles. It's gonna be a magical area up here. Yeah, here's our finishing touch to our tower, guys. What do we think? Yeah, of course, I'm just kidding. We did all the candles, so let's go ahead and break the scaffolding and just reveal it. Oh, I forgot those blocks. 1 second, please. Technical difficulties. Okay, there we go. Crisis averted. So now we have a bunch of floating candles up here. It's the last little magical touch in our wizard tower. And honestly, do they provide any light? Not at all. But it looks cool, and that's all that matters. So, we still have scaffolding up here. Don't want to fall down the tower. Let's go ahead and go up to our little loft here, and we can have a look up above. It just looks so cool. I'm so happy with it. Here we go. So here's our wizard tower. Inside is now complete. Outside is now complete. We can look at our gunpowder farm, and yeah, we've looked at all 4 sides. So I think that's gonna wrap up this episode. Honestly, I don't know how long this one's gonna be. I am trying to get something out because I haven't gotten anything out in a while, and I want to put a video out for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know down below what you think of our wizard tower and the inside here and our little guy here, if you think he should get a name. Of course, you can leave suggestions down in the comments. I encourage you to leave suggestions, and we can name our little helper up here. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Make sure to leave a like if you did. Subscribe for more videos like this, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care, everyone.